Hi, I'm Eddie Obeng, and this is How. Today, I want to share with you a way to look at all the ideas and innovation you have to see whether or not they're going to enable your organization to make more money. It's called the Money Making Machine-Sparq, and let's jump on Cube, and I'm going to walk you through how you do that and what it means. So welcome to Cube. This is the workshop generator. So when people are trying to transform what they would normally do in face-to-face sessions or in team sessions or Zoom sessions into proper, engaging, three-dimensional VR sessions, we bring them here and they translate. And we give them review rules, like, for example, we say to them things like, tidy up your presentations. We have a method called Fresh Fish, and some of you might have even seen the pet, so go and have a look at it. We explain things like, the speed of reading and the speed of talking. You can read much faster than you can talk. So don't talk at people because they're looking at a screen. Get them to do things or get them to read and write and so on and so forth. So we help people change their presentations. What they find is once they've actually learned how to work on VR on Cube, their real life engagement, their real life presentation presence, their real life ability to deliver keynotes improves dramatically. Of course it does. Okay, so let's have a look at this Money Making Machine-Sparq. It's based on two of my books. One is the Money Making Machine book, and the other one's Who Killed the Spark. And it's got a very, very simple idea at the center, which is when you're trying to innovate, is because your organization has to evolve. So you have to generate lots of ideas, and those ideas allow you to invent the future. They might actually affect the way you deliver results and deliver tomorrow and so on. But you'll have loads of ideas. Now, how do you know you've got the right mix of ideas? And how do you know the ideas you've got are going to get you towards the future? Well, one of the things we know is that when you try to get money, it comes from transactions between one party and another. One party gives away something, and the other party gives them usually money. And the things which people give away are everything from tangibles to access to aura. You can have a look at the Money Making Machine pet separately or watch it on Spotify. So we've understood why people might give you money, but what does your idea do? And what we've done is we've taken the idea of the money making machine where you ask 5 questions, which are, I'm going to do something. Will this actually bring in money faster? Okay. And if it will, let's have a look at that. Let's see what that looks like for us. Okay. Because that means the money is coming in. Will it reduce the rate at which you spend? Will it release resources? Will it meet compliance needs, or will it provide fun and learning? So that's the money making machine set of 5 questions. If you ask those questions in the right sequence, you tend to generate a more profitable, more useful, more value for yourself, more value for your customers, and wealth for your nation. So let's have a look at your ideas. Let's take this pattern of stickies I've got here. Okay. If this pattern of stickies says, I've got 2 ideas which will save us costs. We're going to use a Claude for bring on our checking. I don't know, whatever it is. We've got some things here which will release resources. We're going to be able to stop having to spend so much time or use these particular machines. We've got one compliance idea, and we've got one idea we haven't decided what to do with. This is a great profile, but this is not a useful profile for an organization which wants to evolve and grow and make money. Mostly because there's nothing in question 1. If you really want to grow a lot, you want question 1. You don't want to focus so much on cost reduction. Cost reduction is great, but hello, you can do that anytime. If you're bringing the money in much faster, you really don't care about the cost reduction. Releasing resources is useful because sometimes those resources are what you need in order to generate the revenue. And you will always be forced in some better ways of doing compliance. Compliance burns your time, your money, your energy, and your spirit. So the more you can innovate and how you can drive the amount of energy and so on taken up by compliance activity, the happier you should be. And you need some innovations to keep your people happy as well. That's a much better profile. So put your ideas up and just have a look and see which ones you're working on. And it'll give you a good idea whether you've got the right mix of ideas. And if you haven't, and all your ideas about cost cutting and finding ways to fire people and so on and so on, and then if your ideas look like this, then you really need to go back to the drawing board. So that's Money Making Machine-Sparq. It's a way of making sure you're putting the effort in your creativity into the right areas. Obviously on Spotify and YouTube, obviously a quick guide. Have a look at them. Try them out today. And I've been Eddie Obeng. Thank you.